videos, and thanks for stopping by. If you've watched some of my other videos and are back, then it's good to have you. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment, and all the other stuff that normally gets said. Today is a different type of video. I'm not going to be sharing videos from my journey. It's going to be me talking, and I don't think it's going to be as long. Today is the 16th of August 2020, and it's 2 years exactly that I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So I want to share 10 things that have changed since the diagnosis. This week was a strange week because I was feeling a little bit like blah, and I think it's, well, not I think, it is because of what today is. Last year was a bit different because I was still going through treatment, so that was a really emotional time for me last year. This year, I guess because I'm super grateful, I'm still here, you know, to tell the story. It's just pretty emotional, but anyway. Okay, so number one, I'm looking over here because I've got some notes. Number one is my hair. The other week I was having a conversation with someone. They asked me whether I'd go back to wearing wigs or, you know, having braids, and I said no. For those of you who know me know that my signature wig was the fringe. I loved it. I loved my fringe look. But I remember the first day that I decided that I wasn't going to go out with a wig, and we went to Colchester Zoo, and I remember feeling a little bit self-conscious, like, oh, are people looking at me? You know, I haven't got no hair. It was literally maybe about that long. But following that day, I felt so liberated. I felt so free. I even remember the first day that, you know, when my hair went and I stood under the shower, and I thought, this is absolutely amazing to have water touch my scalp. This is phenomenal. So yeah, so I like my hair the way that it is. I really do. And when my hair started to grow back, I remember one day saying to my husband, I want to go to the barbers to just get a shape up. I just want them to tidy it up a little bit. And he said, it was like, okay, go here. And I went there and I got them to cut it all off again. And when I got home, my husband just looked at me like, what is this? You've just, like, it was such a big thing for you to lose your hair, and then you to ask them to cut it off. And I couldn't really explain why I asked them to do that, but I guess it was because I was still on the journey, and I guess the losing of my hair was something that I couldn't control. And I think that by going there and getting it cut still gave me some sort of element of control. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone, but for me, it kind of did. It still does. There are loads of people that I've met on the journey who, you know, have just watched their hair grow, and for them that's a sign of, you know, things are getting better. For me, for the time being, this is how it's going to be. There will be no wigs, there will be no braids, there will be minimal hair. If I had a choice, I think I'd actually shave it all off, but I think this is low. This is low enough. Okay, so number two are my nails. So at the moment, they're actually quite bad because I need to go to get the infill. But my nails, so when I was going through chemotherapy, they did say to me that a possible side effect is that your nails may turn black or they may drop off. And I just thought, oh my gosh, I think I'd want them to turn black rather than them drop off. But yeah, I lost some of my toenails, and I think some of my fingernails went turned black. And that's why it was so important for me to continuously have my nails done, because it was, I felt like it was the one thing that I could actually control. My nail technician, I told her what was going on. She was the most, Lily, she was the most amazing woman. So she, you know, she'd say, okay, we're not going to file it too much, or we'll do this, we'll do that. But this was, if I could control anything while I was on the journey, it was my nails. And when you see the videos, any pictures of me, my nails are always done. And to the point where even before I had surgery, they said you had to take off any nail varnish and fake nails. And I thought, well, technically it's not fake nails because it's just gel powder on top. So what I did, where they read your pulse with that thing, I then tried to take off like literally one finger. And I'll never forget the look on the surgeon's face when he saw it. And he actually told me off. He said, this is your life you are playing around with. Why wouldn't you take them off? I was like, oh my God. It was weird. But the reason why I didn't do it is because I'd spoken to the anaesthetist who said, don't worry, the technology's now advanced, we can actually read your pulse through there, or worst case scenario, we can go through your toes. So I didn't think it was a big deal, but yeah, anyway. So my nails. So my toenails dropped off and they're kind of growing back. If any of you are graphic people, you've probably got this like really gross graphic image in your mind. It doesn't look like that. And I'm not a toe person for me to now show you my toes. Anyway, enough about toes. I think that's too much. Sorry. Okay, the other thing is that I've picked up a nose habit. So when I was younger, I used to do this a lot, because like if my nose itched or something, I'd just do that. It's really weird. But again, one of the side effects of chemotherapy is that you can get tingling in your nose and also nosebleeds or a runny nose, and you wouldn't know. So I spent a lot of time just doing this and sniffing, because I thought I didn't want to be speaking to someone and just having like random bogey just drip down my face and people look at me like I'm crazy. So I'd always do that. So now it's a habit that I've got where I just do that all the time and still do that, and I sniff a lot. Even though I have feeling there. While I was going through chemo, my nose was very tingly, and I'd have like a tingling sensation in the back of my eyes. That was the other thing. I also lost feeling in some of my fingers, and it was very, very numb. So they had to reduce my chemo dosage, but I guess that's for another video. Anyway, so number 4, I'm a pescatarian. I am a pescatarian. When we first had a diagnosis in 2018, my husband and I went on a Daniel fast. A Daniel fast is similar to veganism, or should I say veganism is similar to the Daniel fast. I would definitely say that because the Daniel fast came before veganism. Anyway, but it's more strict in terms of there are only certain spices that you can cook with. You can't eat bread. You can only eat brown rice. Yeah, it's quite restrictive, and I find it very, very hard. And then following that, we then decided that we'd just cut out red meat altogether. We'd done a bit of research, and my husband had done a lot of research. My mum had done some research, and we said we'd cut out red meat, and we'd just do chicken and fish. And then towards the end of last year, my husband then watched a documentary and said, babes, I think we're going to stop eating meat and fish altogether. I was like, nah, no. I don't know what it is. I don't like the feeling of not being able to eat one of them. Fish, meat, chicken. I'm not really a meat person. Growing up, if I had like rice and stew or pounded yam or anything like that, I'd always take the smallest meat in the pot that my mum had reserved for like my little sisters. And she'd always say, Kemi, why are you taking the smallest meat? And I'm just not a meat person. I do like to have something thereafter, but I don't need like 4 or 5 or like big pieces. And when I'm talking about pieces of meat, I'm not talking about diced meat. They're like chunks of meat. So I said to him that I don't mind not eating chicken and meat, but at least let's just have fish. At least fish is not something that, it's not like chicken farms where chickens have got like 10 heads or 10 wings or whatever it is. At least fish is from the sea, right? You can't alter the sea. So yeah, so we are pescatarians, and a couple of months ago my husband said that we could have cheat days. So I ate meat last month, yeah. And I didn't really feel like I was missing anything, but hey. Okay, number 5. I don't know why I keep doing the numbers, but it is what it is. Number 5, scars. A few weeks back, I put an Instagram post about this scar here, and about the fact that I forget that it's there until someone asks me. And I remember when I got my next scar, which was from my C-section, I was quite proud of it, because I'd waited 5 years and gone through 5 years of infertility. So nothing quite prepares you for the scars of cancer, and that's physical scars and mental scars. Nothing prepares you for that. And on a daily basis, you have to remind yourself that I'm here, I'm alive, and these scars this is all just physical. I wear my scars with pride. I guess the only scar that is probably more visible that people may ask questions about is this one here. This scar is where I had a port put in. So for chemotherapy, rather than them going through my veins, they put like a little device thing underneath my skin, and that stayed for the 6 months that I had chemo. And it was like a round circle. It's strange that people notice the scar now, but when the port was there, even though it was like a big lump that was sticking out, no one really noticed. And then obviously this is now a keloid scar. So number 6 is a topic that I feel like I'm revisiting all over again, and that's babies. Prior to Samuel, people would always ask, oh, when does the babies come in and everything? And other than it being none of your business, I still got those questions. And even after Samuel was born, people would still say, when is baby number 2 coming? And my answer would be, but you know my story, plus it's none of your business. Even after me being vocal about the journey, people still ask me, when is baby number 2 coming? Which, infertility is tough enough, but then when you're forced into almost like a second round of infertility, it's ridiculously insensitive for you to ask when you know what I've been through. I wish people would stop asking people, when are they going to have a baby? When are they going to add to their family? I really wish they'd stop doing that, because those questions I can't even explain to you what it does. And I'm just so grateful that I have Samuel. If I didn't, I don't know, because I know what I felt like when I was waiting 5 years. So before we started our treatment, they had a conversation with us about preserving my eggs, which would mean going through like another round of IVF to take my eggs and to freeze them. Now, it sounded like an okay idea because I've had IVF before, but the type of cancer that it was feeding off of estrogen, which is a hormone. So if we were going to freeze my eggs, it would mean that I'd have to go through like another round of IVF, which includes hormones. So we quickly made the decision that we weren't going to do it. And I remember feeling bad that although we had prayed for one child, I knew that I wanted more. And I guess it just kind of sucked that the opportunity was like taken away. And you have a wave of emotions that overcome you because you've been through infertility. You've been through unexplained infertility, even though you've been pregnant before. And then to have this like disease that could potentially like kill all your fertility is like sucks. Really, really sucks. Number seven. Lymphedema. So I'm not wearing the sleeve today, but on this arm I normally wear a sleeve that goes all the way like that. It stops there, and then I either have a full glove or what they call a gauntlet, which comes to that. And I wear that to keep, it's like a pressure bandage type thing. And no matter where I go, people always ask what happened to your arm. Whether it's people that I know or whether it's complete strangers. If it's people that I know and they know my story, I just say it's all part of the journey. If it's a complete stranger, to be honest with you, I genuinely don't mind saying, oh, I had cancer and this is part of the journey. Because I just feel like it gives me an opportunity to talk about the experience and to create more awareness. So that's something that I have to wear. I'm not wearing it today because I was wearing it all day, every day during the heat wave because my arm just kept swelling up, and I just think I need to breathe for a little bit without it. Awareness. So as much as I love talking about infertility and, you know, encouraging people through my journey, I'm now trying to raise awareness on breast cancer, talking to people about how to check their boobies. So every first Tuesday of the month, I hold an Instagram live where I show you how to check your breasts. It's really, really important that we know how to check our breasts, we know our bodies. So yeah, I'm happy that I can do more awareness. I can do fertility awareness and also breast cancer awareness. Today I went to the supermarket because I was feeling a bit blah, and I sat in the car for a while and I cried. Like I really, really cried. I sobbed because I guess because it's of the date of what it is today, but for the first time I said, oh, why me? Why did I have to go through two life-changing things? Why me? I don't know why I always shake my head when I get emotional, but yeah, I really cried today. I just thought like infertility is so hard, and then cancer. Number 9, relationships and family. I am so happy about how my family went about things. I'm so happy that I never saw them, apart from the day that, you know, everyone came 2 years ago and they cried. After that, I never saw anyone else cry, even when I was in so much pain, when even when it just got a bit much. I love the fact that my family, whoever was with me at the time, they were always positive. My family literally stopped what they were doing and their whole lives centered around me, and to make sure that Samuel was okay, my husband was okay. I'm so grateful. It's unreal, that my level of gratitude is unreal, and my level of appreciation for my family is out of this world. I'm also like really grateful for relationships. My husband always said to me, don't have any expectations of anyone, because it leaves you open to feeling let down. whatever they do or whatever people do is always a bonus. And I guess it's situations in life where, you know, the saying, oh, you really know who your real friends are. I'm grateful for my network of friends that I have around me. It's been amazing. And I guess no matter what you go through in life, I understand when my mum would always be like, just be like, know who to tell. And I say that to anyone, just know who to tell, because if you're like me and you did have expectations of, well, yeah, I've told you, then, you know, if it was me and someone told me this is what I would do, you're going to get disappointed. I think that makes sense. And lastly, number 10, really, really important to me, is my faith. My faith has changed in the sense that I am more in tune and more at peace. It took less than 48 hours for me to be at peace with everything. Yes, I had a cry today. There were days on the journey where I sobbed because the pain was unreal, because my body had changed. But I had peace. I was like, through it all, I'd show up at my chemo with my nurse Tracy, with my nails done. I'd wear makeup sometimes, and, you know, I'd go out, I was still working. I just got on with it, really. And for me, that was the peace that surpasses all understanding. I cannot explain why I felt the way that I did, other than God. Simple as. Each day I wake up, I say, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Literally, that is what I do. As soon as I wake up, that's what I say. Because waking up, I don't take it for granted. Some people go to sleep and they don't wake up. And I know that me waking up each day is not by my own strength or my own might. So I am forever grateful. So I hope to see you all again soon. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And feel free to ask me some questions. Take care, God bless.